3, 2, 1, let's cook! 9 contestants, but only one Let's Cook champion. Who will it be? 3 feisty judges, 1 dream, and 1 million shillings. Let's meet our contestants. Hakeem Bwanika, Edith Kwagala, John Paul O'Mara, Juliet Subi, Pablo Sempa, Paul Wanyala, Sharon Amoy, Sharif Mabingo, Sharifa Nalwoga. Our esteemed judges, Michael Ngaro, Priscilla Fisher, and Robert Kangave, have tasted food from around the world in over 30 countries. They now join us here in Uganda with me, your host, Elizabeth Ngaro. Coming up on Let's Cook, our last 3 contestants try to impress the judges. 1 minute gone and still no cooking. Sharon wisely gets to the sink first. And only 1 omelette on the fire with 1 minute to go. Will they make it in time? Let's cook. Hello contestants. It's breakfast time and the judges would like you to make a simple omelette. You have 5 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, let's cook.
My name is Mabingo Sharif Hakim. I'm 28 years. I'm born and raised in Kampala, but my village is in Kayunga district. I'm a lawyer by profession. So I started practicing law this year.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Come on, contestants, only 5 minutes. 1 minute is already down. You only have 4 minutes left.
Edith Kwagala. I'm in the 30s. I'm from Ondeva, Lubaga division. I do evangelism, I do preaching, and also I do catering. I'm an evangelist.
My name is Sharon Amoy. I'm in my early 30s, come from Lira, but I live here in Kampala. Currently I'm looking up to something like I want to go and do some farming, keep myself busy, and then see other ways out later.
You have used 2 minutes, so you only have 3 minutes left. Can't see any cookers on. Come on guys, only 2 minutes left. I can't see any eggs in the pan.
Apart from cooking, I have passion for children, teaching the children, the young children, and that's my greatest hobby.
Okay, 1 minute left. You've got 60 seconds.
I like to write in my free time. I like reading about a variety of topics. I also like sports as well.
The passion of my life is that I like praying for people. I like to intercede. I like reading the Word of God.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5. Anything not on the plate doesn't get judged. 3, 2, 1. Step away from your plates.
None of the contestants in Group 3 managed to cook their omelette in time. They've now been given an extra minute to get their food on the plate.
Twenty seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Step away from your plate. So Sharif, can you bring your plate to the judges?
I made a mixed vegetable omelette, and I put some bit of tomato on the side. So I think it should be a good taste.
I hope so.
Thank you. It's an interesting test, isn't it? It is good. It is good, I think. It is good. It's very oily for my liking, and this is probably a personal thing. It does feel as though you've put a bit of bizigo, Vaseline, gamba. I would rather it was a bit dry, but the taste is good. The vegetables that you've put have actually worked quite well. The only disappointment is those tomatoes. Maybe you could have also added the tomatoes in, but otherwise very well done.
I like the tomatoes on the side. I really like tomatoes. I like that they're salted. But yes, it's, to me, when I taste this, it's like the original omelette, like the omelette I ate growing up. Yes, it's a little bit oily, but it reminds me of my childhood. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I like the taste of the omelette. The seasoning, the salt seasoning is just right. The presentation, seeing the tomatoes, the onions, the way you incorporated the onions within the omelette is just good and brings out a great taste. Thank you.
Edith, please could you bring your plate to the judges?
Hello, Edith.
Yeah, I've made an omelette, which is a Spanish omelette with onions, garlic, green pepper, and a little bit of tomatoes and some oil.
Well, thank you. Let's dig in. Let's have a taste.
It tastes like it has ghee in it.
I used something else, not oil, not the cooking oil.
The butter?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I like the different texture. It has a different texture to it.
Yeah, I think the butter gives it an authentic taste, because most of the time you get an omelette that's just packed with oil, but this has kind of a flavor to it, which that butter creates. So yeah, very good, and I like the fact that you've used your ingredients all and they're all packed in there, and when you taste it you can tell. So very well done, Edith.
And in addition to, I agree with Michael, but I also like the colors. Like it has green and it has orange and it has purple. I like the different colors in it.
You look at it, you feel it appetizing.
Sharon, if you could bring your plate to the judges, please.
Hello, Sharon.
I have made a Spanish omelette with some vegetables of onions and green pepper and tomatoes and some little tomatoes on the side. I've used oil. Yeah.
Tomato.
I think for me, it has too much vegetables. Like it's more. I feel like I'm eating more vegetables than actually an egg. It's more scrambled than an omelette to me, I think. I think what happened is when she cooked it, it fell apart when you tried to flip it. So perfect omelette should not fall apart when you flip it. Yes.
I agree. Did you agree, Robert?
I was about to say that. It seems like it's falling apart. You know, look at the onions and
presentation is letting you down. The taste here and there. Otherwise, well done, and hope to see you on the next challenge.
Contestants, let's see who will rise from the ashes and who will be left in the dust. Your ingredients for today are fish, a potato, and an egg. Who will create a masterpiece? And who will give us a primary school painting? Are you ready, contestants? Yay! You have 30 minutes. 3, 2, 1, let's cook!
What's the salt?
I made fish, potatoes, and an egg. In my fish, I mixed in, I seasoned with parsley, with little paprika, and some garlic, and with onions. And I fried it in the little oil. Yeah. And then in my, I made some little soup with a vegetable soup with mushrooms. And it also had some paprika and a little salt, you know, yeah.
Still to come from Group 3 of Let's Cook. Who took all the spices? Edith keeps setting the set on fire. And it all goes wrong for Sharif. We'll be right back. Let's cook. Let's cook.
I do give back to the family, most especially.
We started an NGO with a couple of friends of mine.
I do, because since I do outside catering, when there's something, a function or funeral or anything, I do.
I made a fried buttered fish, mixed, added on fried potatoes, mixed, marinated with some rosemary. Then I made a vegetable sauce with some mushroom. First I marinated the fish. I put a bit of turmeric, I put in some basil. Yeah. Then I put in some salt as well to bring out the taste. Then I fast fried it before I put it in the oven for a few minutes. Yeah, then I tried to cut the potatoes. I put on a bit of salt and some few spices. Then I fried them. Then for the vegetables, I wanted to make a sauce that was a bit organic, not overly cooked. So I got a few peppers and mushroom and onions and tomatoes. Yeah, which I fried for a few minutes. Then I had to plate. Yeah.
Today I made boiled potatoes with garlic and onions, and then I made grilled fish with a little bit of butter and onions and a tomato sauce, and then an egg. Peeled my potatoes, I put them in the water which was boiling. I boiled it a little bit with some garlic and onions, and meanwhile as it was boiling, I marinated my fish with a little bit of soy sauce, garlic, and onions. Then after that, I grilled it. I put a little bit of butter, and after when it was a bit done, I made a very small tomato sauce with a tomato, a little carrot and onion, and small spices. Then I put it on the fish.
Yeah, I have been through painful experiences in life. most especially when I lost my father, and we were chased away from home by our stepmother, and we were told to go and look for our own lives. I got a friend, and I thought maybe I'd got a good friend because it was from the church, and I thought I would make life with him. But as life went on, it didn't work out the way I thought. And a friend of mine happened to meet this man, and they started a new life together and left me out. And by that time, I was already with a child. I was already pregnant. It was not so easy for me to live. It was hard even to eat. It was just a miracle. Even where to lay my head was a miracle. But by the grace of God, I managed to forgive them, and we are still friends today. My daughter, she's called Jemima. She's now 9 years old, and I love her so much. She's a blessing to my life. Sometimes when there's a problem or a fire, first put out the fire before you run away. Because if you think you'll run away from this one and you go and find good life somewhere, this very one will chase after you and find you somewhere.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from your tables and switch off your cookers. Sharif, if you could bring your plate to the judges' table, please.
True. I made a buttered fried fish and fried potatoes with some vegetables as sauce with a bit of mushroom.
I think we'll be finishing it by the time.
I guess that's a good thing, right?
So Sherry, where is the egg? I can't see the egg.
Unfortunately, the egg didn't make it. As I planned to spread it across the fish, but I didn't get a chance to cut it and spread it on the fish.
Even the presentation was very impressive. The seasoning is just appropriate. I can even sense the aroma out of the dish.
Thank you.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Edith, if you could bring your plate to the judges' table, please.
We have got the grilled fish with tomato sauce on it, and a boiled potato, and a boiled egg, plus some avocado on the side.
It tastes, I agree, it tastes very fresh.
Thank you.
It's very authentic. And it reminds me of those days you come back from work and you're really, really hungry and you need a meal.
Mm-hmm.
This is the sort of meal you remember. I wish I could get home and have that fish again.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very good, and I think the way you've done the fish is very well cooked. It's not overcooked,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually surprising that you've done that in the oven. It
Yes,
seems like you
yeah.
boiled it and then put it in the
Yes,
oven.
yes.
So it's very moist, and yeah, very good job.
Sharon, if you could bring your plate to the judges' table, please.
I used parsley and curry powder for my fish with the onions and with ginger, a little bit of salt to marinate, and then I fried it in the oil. I used mushroom in my vegetable soup, and I boiled the Irish with some rosemary,
Okay.
a little salt. Yes.
Pretty good taste. I love the avocado.
Do you want the plate?
Sharon and Edith, yeah, they bought the egg in today, I guess. They did. But I think I also brought mine, minus missing out on the egg.
Something went wrong. I burned the towel as I was cooking. It got burned, and also the glove. Yes, they got burnt as I was cooking.
Anyway, I didn't get any challenge. I was on time. I had everything in my plate. I didn't cut myself. I didn't burn anything. I didn't pour anything. So it was good.
It's quite tough because I really love fish. Fish is like, ooh, it's wonderful.
So was your dad a fisherman?
Well, I don't think so. I will ask him. Sharif impresses me that he did what he did.
Yes.
About Sharon was the garnish, you know, the whole impression, the way she presented her dish was amazing.
It's nice that the way she hid it was great, but then sometimes you just want to know it's a mushroom and let me eat it.
The omelette, yesterday's omelette. Yes, that was interesting actually, because I think that's where the difference between these three contestants will come. So it's a tough one, this one again, isn't it?
This is
What transpired this side of the deliberations, you needed to have been here to see how we are struggling to pick out. All of you have done pretty well. Sharon, your dish was amazing. I loved it. Your challenge one, that is with the omelette, however, was kind of like it was falling apart, remember? And the other part of it seemed like it was undercooked. But other than that, the second dish really made a great difference. Edith, wow, it reminded me of one of those best meals I've tasted at home. And you know, when I tasted it, I'm like, wow, is this my wife Jamina preparing this? I realized.
Yes, you said it in glasses.
So I realized, no, I think this is, but of course, it was amazing. Sharif, you really did an amazing dish. But forgotten the egg.
The egg hatched.
The egg hatched. On behalf of the judges, allow me to say that the meal that needed more imagination belongs to Sharon.
The sun has set on Sharon's story, but Sharif and Edith press on to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it wasn't easy for me to start and rise up, but today at least I knew that my spirit has risen up. Edith and Sharif, I just pray that they will get the confidence to go through the next competition that is still remaining.
The semi-finals are here and 6 contestants will become 2. There will be some surprises. Pablo confronts his accusers.
Why are people scared of me?
Pablo and John Paul lend a helping hand.
Do you know the consistency for chapati? It's dough. Should I get that? That's the consistency for chapati.
Subscribe to A Producer's Life in Uganda